There was a story several years ago about a church in the US that was doing quite well until 3 men got up and started preaching heresies. God sent messengers unto them repeatedly, but they did not change their ways. Until one day, when by the Spirit of God, one man stood up within the congregation and declared that God was going to bring an end to this evil act. Within 3 weeks after this prophecy, these 3 men died under mysterious and horrible circumstances. You see, there are a number of things that the church of God can face and still stand. A very good example is when the church experiences opposition from outside. When wicked men come against the church of God, history has shown that rather than destroying the church, they end up scattering the church, multiplying its influence in different places. But when what the church is facing, that is, the opposition is rising up from within, corrupting the influence of the church, research has shown that the church dies faster and more efficiently in that way. Jesus, in the book of Revelation chapter 2, verses 12 to 17, sent a message to the church in Pergamos telling them that they should get rid of those who were polluting them from within. He started by telling them that he was the one, and he still is the one, that has a sword in his mouth, a double-edged sword. The double-edged sword was used by the Romans to go against an army in which one person will go against about 50 soldiers. The double-edged sword is different from the regular sword that we know. They usually carry with 2 hands, and when the soldier wields it, he can bring down as much as 50 enemy soldiers at one point in time. So, Jesus was introducing himself as the one that can actually bring down a large number of people within the congregation if they do not take heed and correct their ways. The church at that point in time was in the midst of a lot of corruption and pollution. The people came against them from the outside, forcing them to deny the name of Jesus, but they stood their ground. They even killed Antipas, one of the faithful witnesses of Jesus, as we see in that text in Revelation chapter 2, verses 12 to 17. Yet, the church stood their ground. They held fast to the name of Jesus and did not deny him. But the enemy now went to another strategy. He started polluting them from within using 2 kinds of doctrines: the doctrine of Balaam and the doctrine of the Nicolaitans. The doctrine of Balaam is the enemy coming into the camp of people to infiltrate them, leading them to do things that are contrary to God, so that God himself will not be the one that will execute judgment upon them. The doctrine of the Nicolaitans is one that will tell the people that they can do whatever they like with their body, as long as their hearts and their minds, they are using it in the service of God. These 2 doctrines, the doctrine of Balaam and the doctrine of Nicolaitans, was what the church in Pergamos was facing at that point in time, and it was corrupting them from the inside when the enemy saw that he could not defeat them from the outside. Jesus warned them that if they do not stop, that he would come against them and make war against these people with the sword of his mouth. This warning is to us today to check our lives. In what area are we allowing the enemy to infiltrate our camp, to divide, to destroy, to pollute from within? He has done everything he can from outside, but has not succeeded against us. Now, he's bringing people with corrupt ways and heretic teachings to come and cause a rot from within the body. We need to resist this, just like Jesus is saying through this letter to the church in Pergamos, so that we will not be inviting his judgment upon us. He says that anyone that would heed his warning and stand his ground and not allow this pollution to take him over, that he will give unto him the healing manna, which refers to access to the hidden treasures of God. And he will also give him a white stone upon which he will inscribe the name of that person, which is what is used in describing intimacy, a kind of relationship that is deep with God. I hope that you will ponder on this and check it. In what area of your life are you allowing the enemy to penetrate? In what area of your life are you allowing the enemy to cause a rot from within, polluting the doctrine of Jesus and weakening it from inside? Jesus says that you should get rid of that and hold fast to that which is true, so that he will not come and have to destroy from within. Remember, if we judge ourselves, Jesus will not have to judge us. I hope you ponder on this, and as you do so, I pray that God will release abounding grace upon your life, so that you'll be able to stand for him and resist all forms of pollution, either from within or from without. God bless you, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode.